Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Today you join us at Loudhams again, and we are today looking at the new Swift Trekker XL.
Yes, that's right. Back here again. It's like our second home. We said it last time.
And guess what? They actually had some jacket potatoes today, so Will's a happy boy.
Yes. So onto this van then. So Trekker XL. Now you might think they've done a 5.5 metre van, which is the Trekker. They've done a 6 metre van, which is the Trekker X. So what comes next? Trekker XL, of course. But Sarah says no. What's the matter with the XL then?
There's nothing the matter with it. It's just not XL in the way that we would think of small, medium, large, extra large. It's X as in the Trekker X, L as in could be lounge, or could be longitudinal.
That doesn't sound right, does it?
Doesn't sound right. So I'm going to go with L for lounge. So that's essentially is telling you what the layout is of this van. So we're kind of giving the game away before we've even shown you the inside of it. Spoiler alert. So what you can probably also tell from this van, separate to the other two Trekkers, there's no pop top.
Smooth.
Yeah, no pop top. So the other difference with this one, because you don't have that pop top, it can only sleep two.
Two berth.
And it can only actually allow two to sit in it whilst driving.
Oh.
So it's most
legally.
Definitely, well, legally, yeah.
Two belted seats.
Two belted seats. So there is no front dinette area, which is a bit different. So I think rather than just talking about it here, standing in front of it, we'd probably better go and actually show them around, hadn't we?
I think that's a good idea because it's a bit nippy today. Let's get in the van.
Yeah. Follow me inside this Trekker XL then. So get the door to a bump. Crikey, that goes a very long way back, doesn't it? Right. Okay, we have a nice little step here. And we've got some lovely fitted carpets, actually, as well, that take up this whole van. And you can see immediately, there is no front dinette. So here, straight away inside, so you've got your two driver's seat, or your driver's seat and your passenger seat, grill, fridge, and some storage. And then you're straight into bath, shower room, kitchen opposite, and then you've got the lounge at the back, which you probably can't quite see on the camera at the moment. And I think it's probably fairly safe to say I haven't seen a huge amount of vans with this kind of layout, actually, where they just do away with any kind of an ability to ferry around rear seat passengers or sit and enjoy a meal or a drink or something in this space here. So quite a different concept, that it is most definitely two berth, and that is it. So thinking about the fact that it literally is two belted seats, both of these are captain's chairs that turn around the entire way. You can see there that we've turned around the passenger seat. Driver's seat also does turn around too. Obviously we've left our bags on there for now. But it's an interesting thought about, so you turn the driver's seat around, to what purpose? Because your knees are going to be next to the grill, and you're going to have a lovely outlook of the side of the fridge. So, I mean, you could put a lovely poster on there, couldn't you? A Magic Eye or something like that. Or you could put a TV on there and have like a, single person TV viewing area at the front of the van. A little sad. But there is a coat hook up there, I think, as well, that I can just spy. Might be. No. Oh yes, there we go. Little coat hook there. So yeah, you could have your own little area down there. So for those of you who have seen videos that we've done on the other couple of Trekkers, they've got these kind of canvas bag things that sort of zip open above the cab. And they've changed those in this. So you've got a kind of just wooden plinth, I think I'd call it. And there's one above where we're standing at the moment. So a little bit of a loss, I think. Do they actually? I don't think they open. Although there is no, that's not a speaker either. I think that's just material. Then above the cab you've got your kind of normal over cab storage area for you to shove a coat or something like that in there as well. What they do have down at the front here though is some really nice integrated blinds. So I think Will's probably easiest to show you that from where he's standing, because I can't
do
reach
my best.
It.
So yeah, on these ones you just pull this, slide it up, and then pop it back down into lock. So it's like a big fan. It's very easy, very nice. And then you just put it back like that.
Yeah.
Really, really decent. Right, I'm going to try and speed through this little kind of central bit of the van because it's actually the bed at the back and the seating and everything, which is the difference really with this Trekker. So as you would imagine in this, you've got your normal Dometic sink and hob layout, nice kind of cast iron pot stand in this, and that's really nice to see because sometimes they're really shiny and gloss, and if you're on a slight slope when you park your van, your kettle kind of ends up just sliding right off, whereas really like that feels really decent. Make sure you open both lids. If you're using a kettle, don't do it with this one down. We've just seen a post on Facebook where somebody with a Grand Kelly didn't, and it shattered all over the place when they were boiling a kettle, so please be careful. Usual kind of storage in here, so you've got your cutlery tray and those kind of things. Nice soft close, all very nice. This underneath here is not a cupboard apart from for your gas bottles. Huge gas locker in here. 2 11 kilogram bottles can go in there. I think it's 11 kilograms, if memory serves right. And that's because it's got gas heating. And obviously a gas hob. It uses a whale heating system, blown air, and obviously does your hot water as well, which is good. I think from memory 65 litres of fresh water in the tank and 55 litres of grey water, so that's good. In here, I'll show you the bathroom quickly. So in here, pretty much what you'd expect to find. Quite a decent size actually, I think, because they've obviously lost the dinette at the front, giving you the ability to have quite a decent size shower room in here. Fold down sink, it's all pretty nice.
If I just say something about that sink actually, because typically the ones that fold away, you can't run a bowl of water actually in it, and they've done quite a good job of designing that. So
it's actually a sink.
You could actually wash your face properly if that's.
You certainly could.
Takes your fancy if that's what you want to do.
Certainly could. Yeah, it's a good sink that. Obviously you've got your shower holder up there and all that kind of stuff. You've got a little cupboard here to put some of your stuff in.
Nice.
I think it would have been good if they'd had a couple of kind of
baskets,
bars or something, because I can just see once you pulled up at a site, opening that and everything just flying straight out. These aren't, so they don't push or anything like that. They're just bits of trim, and obviously the mirror. Thetford cassette toilet swivels round to give you a bit more space, and you've got this lovely duckboard at the bottom as well. So really good size shower, and obviously with this tambour door means it goes away. And Sarah's favourite feature, the toilet roll holder, which has got a cover over it so it doesn't get too wet.
That's a good idea. That I think this is actually a wet room, isn't it? There's no track in there for a curtain or anything, so it's literally close the door
it's a wet room.
Crack on.
It's very good. Right.
Nice.
Now let's get to the business end of things. Now this is the bit, isn't it, that people are going to buy this van for over a different model. It's the fact that it's got a rear lounge. Now apparently British people like having a rear lounge in their van.
I just think it's generally because the weather's a bit dull, isn't it?
I've been told. I don't see a lot of rear lounge vans, but apparently it's what all the dealers say, it's what all the manufacturers say and everything. British. This is apparently the British layout, and the continental layout is the one where you've got the fixed rear bed and then the dinette at the front. So let us know in the comments below, is this the British layout? Are we just European odd non-British people, i.e. having a van which has got a transverse bed and a dinette, or is this rear lounge layout something we're really missing out on? It'll be really interesting to get your thoughts, because obviously Swift, when they were designing the Trekker, obviously always had it in mind to have an XL model. It's only just come out, they released the other two first, but they obviously wanted to do this and have a rear lounge layout. Let us know, is this the kind of layout which really works for you? So in terms of the bed at the back here then, because it was obviously the bed as well, it's not just a big van with just a lounge, it does turn into a bed. The way that this works is underneath this side here, there's like a fold out frame which then has a bit that you pull out, which then covers up this centre bit here and clips in. And then you turn these cushions over, and then that's what you sleep on. So it's slightly different lengths either side, and that's just because of where the washroom is. So that side's slightly shorter, so that would be your side. This side slightly longer, although I did lie on this when we were having a bit of a play earlier on, and I think my feet would be touching the panel at the back here.
I think it probably it would probably suit somebody under 6 foot.
I think it's about 180. I need to double check. I'll put on
Yeah.
the screen here the dimensions of the bed, but I think it's about 180.
Unless you're obviously happy to just know that you're never going to lie on your back and lie out flat.
I mean, I'm a side sleeper anyway, so I've usually got my knees bent anyway,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't bother me particularly. But if you lie on your back, yeah, I think if you're 6
might
foot,
struggle.
just double check before you commit to this. However, what we're going to do, we are going to have a go at putting this bed out. We might put it on time lapse because, well, it can be a little involved, can't it? Trying to figure out
Well, it
which
certainly
cushion
was
goes where.
The first time we had a go at it was
It's
very
hilarious.
involved.
We
Yeah.
had to stop and have a cup of tea halfway through. I think we know now, and obviously if you bought one of these you would then know how it works, so we are going to look like a couple of idiots on this video trying to make this work at the
And
back
if
here.
Swift happened to be watching this video and we're doing it wrong, please do comment below, Swift, and tell people that we've done it completely wrong and we've made it look a damn sight harder than it actually is.
True. And we did ask Loudons as well, and they said, look, the van is so new they haven't had a chance to play with it yet either, so they couldn't show us either. No, it's not a fault of Loudons. The other thing I'd say is when we do this bed at the back, think about doing it if it was pouring rain and whether you could do it with these doors shut. We're not going to try and do that because it's actually a bit easier to do it with the doors open, but just have a think about whether you could actually do it with the doors closed, because if you come up to a campsite, one of the beauties of having a van like this is that you don't have to go outside if it's all horrid and raining and stuff. So think about that as we have a go with this bed. Right, are you ready? Can you remember how?
Let's go.
Let's go. Right, let's go.
So, well, let's stand that up. And stand that up. We can stand that up. That's it.
This one down first.
Oh, yes.
So pull out the bottom. Pull out that thing. Pull that. And then it was that one. Then he said zips together, didn't he? Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Turn that over and get that one.
So there. That one goes out there. That goes under there. So what do you think then? Did we do a good job? It looks not too bad to me.
I'm
Actually.
not too sure it's going to be overly comfortable without some kind of a topper on it. You've got a few
There's a few gaps.
holes and gaps and bits, but in terms of the feel of it, obviously you've got lovely chunky cushions that you're sleeping on, so I expect it's pretty comfortable in that respect.
But it'd be quite easy, wouldn't it, to have a topper?
Oh yeah.
But I suppose that does bring us on to the big question about a rear lounge layout, which is, where do you keep it?
What, the topper?
Anything.
Your bedding and
Because,
pillows and everything.
lovely big cupboards, so all your clothes and stuff in packing cubes and stuff, no issue with any of that. But outdoor chairs, outdoor table, barbecue, topper, bedding, because a lot of people would either use, you could have sleeping bags, duvets, or a duvet, like a
Yes.
coverless duvet or something like that. That's quite a lot of stuff to take
bulk.
with you.
It's bulk, isn't it? It's not weight.
So if
it's-
you've got that stuff with you, where do you then sit? Because it's all well and good using that stuff when you're asleep on here. But if this is set up as your rear lounge and you have to store the stuff in big bags which just sit in between.
Or would you? Because you could just, if you've got 2 duvets, for instance, you could roll them up and just
Keep them on the sofa.
keep them on the sofa. I mean,
It is only for 2 people, isn't it?
this
Of course.
van is for just 2 people, and you could easily seat 4 on these 2 sofas, couldn't you? So is it really the end of the world if you end up with a duvet or something, or a duvet, folded up nice and neatly, couple of pillows on top, and that's it, and that's what you do for your evening to get those out.
I think some of you might be thinking, well, yes, you've missed the obvious. What about underneath the seats? Because clearly there's going to be some storage under there. And you're right. So underneath this one here, if I open this, that is where your 100 amp hour AGM battery is. That's what comes as standard. There is a 110 watt solar panel on the roof as well as standard. But you get this little space here. Not going to fit an outside table or some chairs in there, unfortunately. The rest of that under there is taken up with the boiler and all the electrics and all that kind of stuff. The table, which goes in that hole there with the pole, is underneath there as well. So that's pretty much used. This side here, not much in there, but you can probably see that's the side of a drawer. So we'll show you properly when we put the bed back up again. But there's two of these cupboards which fold down, and then there's a slide out drawer, which again, that's nice that they've given you a bit of furniture in there to put stuff in, but not so nice if you wanted to have a roll-up table and long chairs, because camping chairs you can get kind of long thin bag ones, can't you?
Yeah.
And you can also get long thin bag tables.
Yeah.
And if they'd have just left this seating area here empty underneath as a big void, you could actually put that stuff in there. You could put all your bedding under there. I think if we had one of these, we'd end up ripping half of that stuff out just so you can have a massive void.
Possibly,
So
yeah.
it'd be good on an options list if you could spec whether you wanted that furniture under there or not, because you might as well just leave it out at the factory if you don't want it.
Yeah, true.
But definitely worth thinking about that. Just how are you going to use your storage?
So remember, you're going to need to get that bolster out from underneath at some point as well, because that goes on there.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Yeah.
Stays there.
Right. Now remember that kind of flip underneath, pull it up a little bit. Yeah. And then come through. Tear it down. And this one. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Got that one. That one. Right, I said I'd just show you the furniture inside one of these, so fold that down. Ta-da! Very nice. It's nicely made, no issue with it at all being there, really. Apart from it's quite restrictive in terms of the overall space that you get. And if you think what you could have, because that's the same in that one, think what you could have if it was empty. It's probably what I would do. So just finishing off at the back here then, you've got obviously blinds on the back windows here, all very nicely fitted and everything. Heated rear window, that's the factory window from Ford. It doesn't open at the back here. So what they've done instead is they've given you lovely little side opening windows. And I'm assuming there's a blind on there as well.
Come and have a look.
Come and have a look. There must be. They are tinted anyway, but
so there's your fly screen.
Very nice.
And blind.
And blind.
And then you've got exactly the same over this side as well.
Good little storage areas and things. You've got USBs and things around anywhere nearby. Not there. Up above.
Shall I have a look in this side?
I think there's some down there, look. In front of you.
There.
And
There's nothing in those pockets.
Underneath the cupboard there, I think there's a TV aerial socket and stuff.
Yeah, you've got a couple of USBs, TV, well, that's a 12 volt, that's a cigarette lighter and your TV socket and a 3-pin.
So that says to me,
a light switch.
If you were going to put a TV anywhere, it's going to go on that big hefty board which is on the end wall there.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're designing for you to drill into. Just there. So this 2025 Transit comes with a reversing camera as standard, and when we were just moving the van around the back here, the reversing camera is probably about as good as I've ever seen on anything. It's like HD.
Yeah, I think that's got something to do with the fact that it's an enormous screen that you get in the dashboard as well, but it's good quality, and when you've got the camera that's right up there, it doesn't get covered in dirt as you're driving down dirty country roads too. So one of the other things that we've always liked about these Swifts, the Trekkers, is this nice wood panelling that they do down the inside here. Just looks that little bit different from some of the norms of the caravan kind of interiors that you can see sometimes. So you get these lovely LEDs coming down here as well. Got nice little LED lights on the inside here too, which you got your switch down here. So they've thought about where you're going to end up having your pillow. So you're going to end up sleeping with your head down this end, because that's also where you've got your switches on that side too.
Clever.
yeah, it's a nice lighting, isn't it? You know, you got some sort of in there. Look, can you see them in the little step down from the cab too? Some little lights in there, and then they've got some over the cab as well, and just over the top of these cabinets. And it also looks like they've given you a radio or such like that is expected to work whilst you're actually camping, because you've got a couple of Kenwood speakers that have been put into the roof there as well. And whilst we're at it, the other benefit of not having a pop top is that you can actually have a roof light.
Yay!
Yay! So you can see out. Now the challenge here for the vertically challenged, such as me, there's no way I'm reaching that. Absolutely no way at all. I'm Alice in Wonderland with it, but I can enjoy the daylight that comes through it.
Oh, bless. Right, so the price. Let's cover that off. So do you think this is more than a Trekker or a Trekker X, or less?
Okay, higher or lower?
Higher or lower. What do you think? Or the same?
I have a sneaking suspicion it's lower.
Oh.
Which I'm going to say is because it hasn't got a pop top. And I know pop tops in their own right are quite pricey.
They are.
Just to actually put a pop top in.
Especially the SCA ones, which they fit on these, because they are top quality.
I think you can probably, in the region of £4,000 to £5,000 for a pop top on its own. So I think that's probably the difference.
So this Trekker XL is £6,000 cheaper than the Trekker X. So the same length van, the 6 metre, and the X, remember, is the one with the transverse bed at the back and the little dinette at the front, continental layout.
Yeah.
That is £6,000 more than this van. That's quite a lot of money. So if you're on the fence about which layout and you're not really that fussed, actually, it's an awful lot of money you could save by having the XL. You wouldn't have thought the XL would be cheaper, would you?
No.
Strange.
Yeah.
Only one option on this, so it is the colour it is. If you don't like the grey matter colour, which is what it's called.
I thought it was called Ocean.
No, that's the interior.
Oh, it's the interior. Oh, okay.
The interior is called Oceana.
He said
Modern Oceana.
He said it's Modern Oceana, and I'm looking at this grey van and I'm thinking that's a bizarre colour of an ocean.
No, I think it's called British Sky. I think that's what it's called at the moment. But no, the van is called Grey Matter.
Okay.
It only comes in that colour. So if you don't like it, buy a different van. And the only option is an automatic gearbox. And the automatic gearbox is £1,895. Which in terms of how much they cost on a car or whatever, it's a lot of money. You've got to make sure you don't want that third pedal and that arm action, but you know, who does? So yeah, factor in another 1,900 quid if you want to have an automatic box. These are being built at the moment on the 2025 Transit, which just has a couple of nice little extra add-ons, like the smaller gear lever at the front if you have the automatic and things. I think, so the rear view camera is standard now. And I also think somebody mentioned to me it's got electronic handbrake, and the earlier Transits don't, but I'm not overly sure about that. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. So yeah, it's on a later Transit, which is good. It's a nice van. Good to see the Trekker range continue to expand. I think there's probably going to be more to come from the Trekker range. Still feels like there's some other stuff they could do.
Is that going to be an XXL?
Well, I wonder whether it would be an XL pop top or something, because there are people out there, I've spoken to people who have said they really want a rear lounge layout, but they want to leave it as a lounge and then they want to go to bed in a pop top. And I can kind of understand why they haven't done that on this, because it's only got 2 travel seats. But actually you could do it as a factory option. It could be a £3,500, £4,000, £5,000 option to have a pop top, and some people might choose to do that. So maybe they're going to go a bit more bespoke, I don't know. But let us know in the comments below, what would you like to see happen next with the Trekker line? I think it's good. Yeah. It's really good that it's expanding, isn't it? And yeah, good to see another new van. Right, there we go then. It was going to be a short video.
It's probably ended up longer than we thought it would.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah.
You know how much we like looking around these vans and bringing them to you. Please follow us and make sure you hit that subscribe button on the channel. And we'll see you again soon for some more Campervan Time.